You are actively destroying your greatest biological asset, and society is giving you a standing ovation for it. Every time you sacrifice an hour of rest for an hour of work, you aren't getting ahead. You are systematically shutting down your cognitive hardware, trading long-term brilliance for short-term exhaustion. They call it the hustle mindset. Your biology calls it deliberate self-sabotage. There is a silent epidemic destroying the ambition and potential of millions of people. It masks itself as relentless dedication, but it is actually the absolute fastest route to profound mediocrity. Yet there is a biological cheat code used by the top 1%, a strategy so powerful it rebuilds your mind, and it requires doing absolutely nothing. We will reveal the exact architecture of this protocol later, but first you need to understand the terrifying reality of what happens when you ignore it. Let's look at the chemistry of a waking mind. From the moment you open your eyes, a chemical called adenosine begins to build up in your brain. This is sleep pressure. The longer you stay awake, the heavier this invisible weight becomes, aggressively muting your brain's processing speed and suffocating your focus. You think caffeine fixes this. It doesn't. Caffeine merely blocks the brain's receptors. It mutes the alarm. But the adenosine keeps building, waiting to crush you the moment the drug wears off. But the short-term crash is nothing compared to the structural damage. Your waking brain is an engine running at redline. It produces toxic byproducts, including a protein called beta amyloid, which is directly linked to severe cognitive decline. Stay awake too long, and your brain literally begins to choke on its own biological exhaust. You can't hack this. You can't outwork it. If you sleep less than 6 hours a night, you are operating with the cognitive equivalent of legal drunkenness. Your reaction times plummet. Your creativity dies. So what happens when you finally surrender? Enter the glymphatic system. It is the brain's ultimate night shift cleaning crew. During deep sleep, your brain cells physically shrink. They reduce their size by up to 60% to allow cerebral spinal fluid to rush through the gaps, violently flushing out the day's toxic buildup. This is in-REM sleep, the deep dive. Here, memories are saved. Facts are transferred from your fragile, short-term memory bank into the secure vault of your cortex. Without this phase, your brain becomes a leaky bucket. You can study all day, but nothing sticks. But then comes the magic: rapid eye movement. REM sleep is not just dreaming. It is a highly active state of neurochemical synthesis. During REM, your brain collides new information with your entire back catalog of autobiographical memory. It searches for hidden patterns, forging the bizarre neural connections that create true innovation. This is why you should never make a major decision late at night. Sleep on it. The phrase isn't just folk wisdom. It is a neurological directive. Let your REM cycle do the heavy lifting. Sleep is not the absence of wakefulness. It is an intensely active, sophisticated restructuring process. Now, let's look at the horror of chronic deprivation. Sleep loss doesn't just make you tired. It literally rewrites your genetic code. Cutting your sleep to 4 hours for just one night drops your natural killer immune cells by 70%. You are inviting sickness into your system. Your hunger hormones spiral out of control. Leptin, the hormone that signals fullness, plummets. Ghrelin, the hormone that screams for calories, spikes. You literally cannot out-willpower a sleep-deprived endocrine system. And then come the microsleeps, brief, terrifying moments where your brain simply goes offline. You don't even know it's happening, but your processing speed crashes. In the modern world, this makes you incredibly vulnerable, inefficient, and dangerous to your own goals. Deprivation causes cognitive rigidity. You lose the ability to pivot. You lose the mental agility required to solve complex problems, instead bashing your head against the wall using the same failed strategies. But the most damaging effect is emotional. The connection between your logical brain and your emotional center is severed. You become hyperreactive. You perceive neutral faces as aggressive. You snap at colleagues. You destroy relationships because you lack the neurological bandwidth for empathy. The math of sleep deprivation never works in your favor. You think staying up 2 extra hours gives you an edge, but it destroys your efficiency for the next 14. What takes a sleep-deprived brain 6 hours to struggle through, a fully rested brain devours in 90 minutes with superior execution. Look at the absolute elite in any field. They do not brag about missing sleep. They protect their 8 hours with ruthless, unyielding aggression. So, how do we fix this? How do we access the cheat code I promised you earlier? You don't just try to sleep. You engineer it. You build the ultimate recovery environment. Pillar 1. Temperature. Your core body temperature needs to drop by about 1 degree Celsius to initiate sleep. Keep your room cold. Around 18 degrees is optimal for human hibernation. Pillar 2. Light eradication. Darkness triggers melatonin release. Artificial light, especially the blue light from your screens, tricks your brain into thinking the sun is still up, utterly halting the sleep cycle. Pillar 3. Ruthless consistency. Go to bed and wake up at the exact same time every single day. Yes, even on weekends. Your circadian rhythm is a biological clock. It demands absolute predictability to function at peak capacity. Pillar 4. The cognitive shutdown. You cannot jump from high-stress work straight into sleep. You need a buffer zone. Unload your thoughts onto paper. Tell your brain the shift is over. Finally, eliminate the saboteurs. Caffeine masks the pressure. Alcohol sedates you. It doesn't put you to sleep. It destroys your REM sleep, leaving you a fragmented, uncreative zombie the next day. Treat sleep like the ultimate performance-enhancing drug, because it is. When you respect this biological law, you gain an unfair advantage over everyone else who is still trapped in the delusion of the hustle. Stop fighting your biology. Go to sleep.